Good morning everyone. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs of 28th of October. For mobile optimized ebooks, please install GKToday Academy app, and in that app, you can attempt the quiz and you can read the detailed explanation. For regular updates and for infographics, please join our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. Now we have started a new channel, Civils Academy. You can subscribe to it if you find it relevant. The European Union has fixed a target for net zero carbon emission by which year? So, during a recent meeting of environment ministers of European Union in Luxembourg, the European Union decided that it will be net zero carbon emitter by 2050, and this deal is legally binding on all the members of European Union. Recently, European Union was also in news because of Brexit. Brexit means exit of Britain from European Union, and recently Britain signed its first agreement after Brexit, and this agreement was signed with Japan. Recently Japan was in news because of Quad. Quad is Quadrilateral Security Dialogue. So this dialogue held in Tokyo in Japan. Quad members are India, USA, Japan and Australia. Now all these countries are going to participate in Malabar exercise this year. Malabar is a naval exercise. Apart from that, India have 2+2 ministerial level mechanism with all these three countries. That means with the USA, Japan and Australia. And recently, the 2+2 dialogue with the USA was in news. Government e-marketplace portal has been recently integrated with which portal? So, it has been recently integrated with Central Public Procurement Portal. This way, the entire process of public procurement of goods and services is on a single platform. Now, what exactly is this GEM, that is Government e-marketplace? So, it is like Amazon for government departments. That means government departments can procure different goods and services from this platform. Like from Amazon or any other shopping platform, you purchase any items. Similarly, government departments can purchase items and services from this platform. And this Government e-marketplace is a platform under Commerce Ministry. Recently, Commerce Ministry was also in news as DPIIT, that is the department under Commerce Ministry, released 4th edition of Ease of Doing Business ranking based on state BRAP, that is Business Reform Action Plan. DPIIT is Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. Now answer in comment box which state is on top position as per this recent ranking of ease of doing business in states based on Business Reform Action Plan. Which public sector company has been granted permission to use drones for inspection activities? So this is NTPC, that is National Thermal Power Corporation. So recently it was granted permission so that it can use drones for inspection. Now which is the nodal authority to grant permission? It is DGCA, that is Directorate General of Civil Aviation, and it is under Ministry of Civil Aviation. Now recently NTPC was also in news because recently Forbes released a list of world's best employer, and as per this list, NTPC is on top position in the list of Indian PSU. Please note down that it is on top position in terms of Indian PSU. If we talk about overall Indian company, then HCL is on top position from Indian side. HDFC Bank is on top position in banking. That means it is on top position in banking sector from India. HCL is on top position in overall industrial sector. If we talk about global level, then Samsung is world's best employer. So at global level, Samsung is on top position. If we talk about India specific, then from Indian side, HCL is on top position. In banking sector, HDFC is on top position. And in case of Indian PSU, NTPC is on top position as per this list which is released by Forbes. The Government of India has imposed stock holding limits on which agricultural commodity recently. What is the meaning of this term? Stock holding limits. That means you cannot hold this item beyond this stock limit. So recently this stock limit was imposed on onion. Why it was done? It was done to improve the domestic availability so that the price of onions can be kept in limits. See, if the supply will be low, then price will be high. So to make sure that it is available easily, government has imposed these stock holding limits on onion, and the present stock holding limit is 2 ton. That means beyond 2 ton you cannot store it. Now recently onion was also in news because of Operation Greens. It is a part of initiative by MOFPI, that is Ministry of Food Processing and Industries. The objective is to ensure price stability. Recently this ministry was also in news because Harsimrat Kaur Badal resigned. She was from SAD, that is Shiromani Akali Dal. Now the additional charge for this ministry was given to Narendra Singh Tomar, who is present Agricultural Minister, who has recently mediated to restore relationship between Sudan and Israel. So, US President played a key role to restore ties between Sudan and Israel. Now, USA has removed Sudan from the list of official sponsors of terrorism. It is important to note that recently USA played a substantial role in Abraham Accords to normalize ties between Israel and UAE, and in case of Israel and Bahrain. Recently Israel was in news as it will have a separate water attaché in its embassy in India. Israel was also in news because of Operation Breathing Space. Next question is, a price monitoring and ratios unit has been recently set up in which Indian state or union territory? So, it has been set up in Goa, and this price monitoring and ratios unit is under NPPA. What is NPPA? It is National Pharmaceuticals Pricing Authority. Now, this NPPA is an attached office under Department of Pharmaceuticals, and this Department of Pharmaceuticals is under Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. So, this new price monitoring and ratios unit has been set up in Goa. Recently, Goa was in news as World Bank issued financial support for the Sand Dunes Park in Goa. The government has approved guidelines for interest waiver on the loan up to what amount? So, it is up to 2 crore. See, because of the coronavirus, Reserve Bank of India provided moratorium on the loans. And in that case, that means in this context, the Supreme Court directed the central government to provide interest waiver for this moratorium duration. And keeping that in mind, this decision has been taken. So, the Finance Ministry has approved guidelines for a scheme to grant payment of the difference between compound interest and simple interest for 6 months for loan up to 2 crore. So, this scheme can be availed by the borrowers for a period from 1st of March to 31st of August of 2020. Recently, government also extended the due date for filing ITR, that is income tax returns for 2019-20, and the last date is now 31st of December 2020. As per a recent study, the habitat of which species has been estimated to decline by 2050 due to climate change. So, it is Himalayan brown bear. So, the study was done by ZSI, that is Zoological Survey of India. And as per that study, it was found that there is a decline in the suitable habitat for Himalayan brown bear due to climate change. Now, this ZSI is under MOEFCC, that is Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. The headquarters is in Kolkata and it was founded on 1st of July in 1916. Taram Suposhit Maharashtra, a scheme which was in news recently, is associated to which field? So, it is related to nutrition. It is an initiative of Maharashtra. The objective is to fulfill the nutritional requirements of lactating mothers and children. It is important to note that every year September month is celebrated as Poshan Ma, that means Nutrition Month, and Maharashtra stood first in the Poshan Ma this year. Apart from that, for the Better Nutrition Agriculture Fund of India is being set up to provide complete information about the crops that are grown in each district. So the complete information about the nutrition value of these crops will be provided so that nutritional requirements can be fulfilled in a proper manner based on the crops which are grown in nearby areas. The government has approved which armed force to set up 47 additional border outposts along the border. So, ITBP has been given this permission. ITBP is Indo-Tibetan Border Police. It is CAPF, that is Central Armed Police Force. So it is a paramilitary force and it is under MHA, that is Ministry of Home Affairs. Recently, ITBP was in news because 24th of October was the raising day of ITBP. Apart from that, ITBP was also in news as recently it partnered with Uttarakhand government to promote adventure tourism. Mars Atmosphere and Volatile Evolution, that is MAVEN, is the Mars Orbiter mission of which country? So, it is the mission of USA. Space Agency of USA is NASA. So, this MAVEN was launched to investigate the upper atmosphere and ionosphere of Mars. Now, as per the recent information provided by this MAVEN and MOM, that is Mars Orbiter Mission of India, it has been concluded that Mars is losing its atmosphere to outer space at a very fast rate. So, India's Mars mission is MOM, that is Mars Orbiter Mission. Mars mission of USA is MAVEN, that is Mars Atmosphere and Volatile Evolution. Why it was in news recently? Because as per the recent information through different Mars missions, it was found that Mars is losing its atmosphere at a very high speed. Bumla, where the Joginder War Memorial has been inaugurated, is located in which state? So, it is in Arunachal Pradesh. And recently it was in news because Joginder War Memorial was inaugurated at Bumla in Arunachal Pradesh. Joginder Singh, in whose memory this war memorial was inaugurated, played a key role in 1962 War of Indo-China. Recently, Arunachal Pradesh was also in news because of e-Vidhan project. Arunachal Pradesh was also in news as AAI, that is Airport Authority of India, decided to set up a new greenfield airport at Holangi in Arunachal Pradesh. Greenfield means completely new project. On the other hand, brownfield means upgradation of an existing project. Which organization released a report titled The World's Women 2020 Trends and Statistics? So, it has been released by United Nations. Recently, UN was in news because of its 75 years. So, recently, 75th anniversary was celebrated. And on this occasion, Department of Post released postage stamps. Now, answer in comment box, this Department of Post is under which ministry? So, 24th of October was celebrated as United Nations Day. And this year, it completed 75 years. And on this occasion, a declaration was adopted under the theme, The Future We Want, the United Nations We Need. So these were the most important questions. Now we are going to cover important news. First is Mahesh Kanodia. So Mahesh Kanodia was Gujarati musician and singer. And Mahesh Kanodia passed away recently. Apart from him, recently Dr. Jayanta Madhav passed away. Dr. Jayanta Madhav was well-known economist. Next event is Alpha Conde. So, Alpha Conde won the presidential term for third time and he is going to be the president of Guyana. Next is Bimal Julka. So, Bimal Julka has been appointed as the chairperson of Federation of Indian Fantasy Sports. Next is Wavel Ramkalawan. So, recently he has been elected as the president of Seychelles. He is of Indian origin. Next is Bags on Wheels. So this is an initiative by Indian Railways. To be specific, it is an initiative of Northern Railways. As the name suggests, it has been started as a service for the passengers for their luggage delivery. So it is related to luggage delivery of passengers and it has been started by Northern Railways. Next is Toyota Kirloskar Motor and Bank of Baroda. So these two decided to collaborate, and as per this collaboration, Bank of Baroda will provide the financial services for Toyota Kirloskar Motors. That means if anyone want to purchase vehicles of this series, Bank of Baroda will provide financial services. Now recently, this Toyota Kirloskar was also in news as it appointed Ayushman Khurrana as the brand ambassador for its SUV urban cruiser. Next is Reservation Roster Management System. So recently, this Reservation Roster Management System was inaugurated in Chandigarh and it has been developed by NIC, that is National Informatics Center. It is under MEITY, that is Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Next is collaboration between IIT Jodhpur and NHAI, that is National Highway Authority of India. So this collaboration is for better highways. This NHAI is under Ministry of road transport and highways. Recently, NHAI was also in news because of Harit Path app. Next is Greenstone International Nature Photography Contest. So, Raket Karim from Bangladesh won this 12th edition of Greenstone International Nature Photography Contest, and Mohammad Nofel from UAE was on second position, while Kartike Grover from India was on third position in this photography contest. Next is New Space Center in Germany. So NATO, that is North Atlantic Treaty Organization, will set up its new space center in Germany to counter the Russian and Chinese threats. Recently, NATO was in news because it completed 70 years. Next is Flash Flood Guidance System. So the system has been designed by IMD, that is India Meteorological Department. It is under Ministry of Earth Sciences. Presently, Dr. Mrityunjay Mohapatra is the Director General of IMD. It was set up in 1875. Present Minister of Earth Sciences is Dr. Harshvardhan. So, India has launched this Flash Flood Guidance Services for India and for other South Asian countries to provide impact-based forecasting. Last news is related to Vigilance Awareness Week. So, the week from 27th of October to 2nd of November will be celebrated as Vigilance Awareness Week. Actually, every year CVC, that is Central Vigilance Commission, celebrate the week as Vigilance Awareness Week, and it is celebrated in that week in which the birthday of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel falls. And the theme of this year's Vigilance Awareness Week is Vigilant India, Prosperous India. And on this occasion, CBI, that is Central Bureau of Investigation, is going to organize a national conference on vigilance and anti-corruption. Apart from that, 27th of October was also celebrated as World Day for Audio Visual Heritage, and the theme was Your Window to World. Now homework. So please read about BECA, plasma therapy and Ramsar Convention. So these were the most important events. Thank you.